Good day, everyone, especially to our very own professor, Dr. Rodora G. Magan. I am Jessa Laurie, and today I will discuss the connection between the Anthropocene oriented approach and the gastromythologic lens in facilitating English language and literature teaching. To begin with, Anthropocene refers to the present era in which human activities have greatly influenced the Earth's environment. It encourages learners to think critically about the environmental issues such as climate change, biodiversity loss, pollution, and sustainability. In literature, this approach helps students understand how literary texts portray the relationship between humans and nature. Instead of simply analyzing characters and plot, students are encouraged to ask deeper questions such as how do human actions affect the environment and what responsibilities do we have toward nature. On the other hand, gastromythology, a concept explored by Dr. Rodora G. Magan, examines food not merely as something we eat, but as a representation of culture, identity, history, beliefs, and social relationships. Through this lens, literary texts reveal how food reflects traditions, community values, and even environmental practices. Food becomes a powerful symbol that connects people with their heritage and with the natural world. These two lenses are closely connected because both encourage students to look beyond the surface of a literary text. The Anthropocene lens focuses on the relationship between humans and the environment, while the gastromythologic lens highlights how food traditions are shaped by nature, culture, and human experiences. Together, they help students understand that literature reflects the interconnectedness of people, food, culture, and the environment. For example, in Dr. Magan's article, where rice lost its soul, trauma of disenchantment or re-enchantment, rice is presented not only as a staple food, but as a symbol of Filipino identity, cultural memory, and our relationship with the land. Through the Anthropocene lens, students may examine how modernization and environmental changes affect rice farming. Through the gastromythologic lens, they can appreciate rice as a cultural symbol that preserves tradition and community identity. Another example is N.V.M. Gonzalez's short story, Bread of Salt. The bread in the story represents more than nourishment. It reflects poverty, dreams, sacrifice, and social realities. Students can analyze how food symbolizes the character's struggles while also considering the social and environmental conditions that influence their lives. Several scholars support these approaches, like Louis Rosenblatt in 1978 in his reader response theory explains that meaning is created through the interaction between the reader and the text. This allows students to connect literary themes with their own experiences of food, culture, and environmental responsibility. Likewise, James Polge's 1996 to 2015 in his Situated Learning Theory emphasizes that learning becomes meaningful when it occurs in authentic contexts. Using literary text connected to the environmental issues and food traditions enables students to relate classroom learning to real life experiences. In addition, Brian Tomlinson 2011 argues that instructional materials should engage learners in meaningful, authentic, and reflective learning experiences rather than simply delivering information. Integrating Anthropocene and gastromythologic perspectives into English instruction encourages inquiry, discussion, collaboration, and critical thinking. In conclusion, combining the Anthropocene-oriented approach and the gastromythologic lens enriches in English language and literature teaching. These perspectives help learners analyze literary text more deeply by connecting literature with environmental awareness, cultural identity, and everyday human experiences. More importantly, they develop students who are not only critical readers, but also culturally aware, environmentally responsible, and reflective individuals. Thank you and have a wonderful day.